Hello and welcome to Open Beta Patch Update number 3. This occurred on Tuesday, November 20th. The game playing in the background is me playing my Founder's Catapult C1F, and I really like this build. It's basically a long to mid-range fighter. And on to the patch notes. The biggest news of this patch is the introduction of the Cataphract. It is a heavy class mech, and there are currently 4 variants available. There will also be a special Hero Class version coming out sometime in December. At 70 tons, it gives 5 extra tons more than the Catapult, but that does not mean the Catapult is obsolete. In fact, the Cataphract design, it's much easier to hit the left and right torso. So if you're using an XL engine, it's much easier to get killed in a Cataphract. I know when I'm playing with an XL engine on my Cataphract, most of the time it's usually my left or right torso that gets destroyed first, rather than the center torso. Also, the Cataphract's torso turning is slower than the Catapult, and it can't look back as far either. In my opinion, this makes the Catapult a much better close-range brawler than the Cataphract. Now let's take a quick look at each variant. The Cataphract 1X has 5 energy hardpoints, 1 ballistic, and 1 AMS. This is my personal favorite, as I like to equip the Gauss cannon and 5 medium lasers onto this mech. The Cataphract X2 has 3 energy hardpoints, 1 ballistic, 2 missile hardpoints, and 1 AMS. This variant fits the support role very well thanks to the 2 missile hardpoints. You can easily make this into a long-range shooter. The most LMRs it can carry is an LMR 20 and an LMR 15. You can also go close range and mid-range combat by equipping SRM missiles or streaker missiles. This is probably the most versatile of all the variants. The Cataphract 3D, by far the most expensive Cataphract, with a purchase price of just under 10 million C-bills. It comes with an XL engine and is the only Cataphract that has jump jets. Don't underestimate the jump jets. It makes the Cataphract hard to hit, and if played correctly, it can be a very dangerous close-range build. Now you can also equip dual Gauss cannons onto this build, but I would suggest doing that on the 4X instead. The last variant is the 4X. It has 2 energy hardpoints, 4 ballistic hardpoints, 1 missile hardpoint, and 1 AMS. The 4X is probably the best build for a dual Gauss cannon, but you can also do other builds that are just as effective. You can equip 4 AC2 autocannons or 2 AC2 and 2 AC5 autocannons. That's my personal favorite. Or you can do 2 AC2s and 2 Ultra AC5s or 4 AC5s. The missile hardpoint is very limiting because you only have 1 critical slot, so don't expect much out of your missile hardpoint. Now on to general patch notes. The Beagle Active Probe increases your sensor range by 25%, faster target acquisition by 25%, and allows you to target unpowered mechs within 120 meters. This is a good thing to have for any weapon system that needs a lock. The Backface Target Retention module, which you can only unlock with General XP, allows you to see your primary target on the radar even if it's behind you or within 200 meters of you. This is a must-have module for spotter mechs, for LMR missiles, and probably for streaker catapults. The Sensor Range Booster Pilot module is another one that you have to unlock with General XP. It increases your sensor range by 15%. This module overall is nice to have on almost all mechs, and it's also pretty cheap when it comes to General XP. Players can only exchange XP for General XP after having unlocked all the basic efficiencies for that mech. This is probably done to prevent farming of General XP, but it is nice to be able to exchange XP for General XP, but it will cost you some real world money in order to do so. Players in a group can now ready up by clicking their status in the group list instead of having to click the master launch button. Proper notification is given when the player's group is full. Tweak the display of AMS in the weapons loadout. Display the number of active AMS modules which can be displayed at the bottom of your weapons configuration list. Extra information on the battlefield is now off by default. Press I in order to turn it back on. The battle grid base markers in spectator mode is now displayed correctly. Jump jets can no longer be activated when knocked down. I'm not really sure I understand this one. Currently there is no way to knock down another mech since they removed the collision system, unless they're talking about when you're dead. Coordinates now display when you hit F9. Weapon lock systems is now authoritative in order to prevent cheaters from gaining a faster lock. Now, I'm really glad they told us about this, but they should also have said something like, if you are found cheating, you will be banned from the game. Streaker SRMs were doing less damage than designated. This is now fixed. Also, they will hit 100% of the time unless something gets in the way or you have latency issues. These two changes right here and the sensor modules probably help contribute to making the Street Cat so popular. Lastly, fixed a rare crash when loading into a level has been addressed. Here are the gameplay patch notes. The only ones worth mentioning are, now there is a warning on the HUD when a weapon gets jammed. Weapons will automatically unjam after 3 to 5 seconds. Manual unjamming is no longer necessary. And lastly, here are the environment changes patch notes. Thank you for listening to the podcast.